Clare Crawley, you are on the cusp of the first episode finally airing. You must be dying to get this thing off your back.
I mean, we've waited long enough, right?
Oh, what does it feel like in this moment?
Surreal. It feels surreal. I woke up knowing all the filming, everything, it all feels normal because I know all the producers, I'm friends with them all, but actually for the world to see, I'm like, I can't wait for this to air. There's a whole different side of me that I think a lot of people don't know. And I'm excited to share that vulnerability and that side of me with everybody.
But Clare, are you a little nervous today? Because I remember what it was like for the first night, for everyone to see it. Like, you know the journey, but now everyone gets in on it. Does that make you a little nervous?
Yes, there are nerves, but I hope, and I've said it a million times before, I feel like this season, I would hope that, I don't know, it's 2020. I want people to come into this seeing the raw, seeing the vulnerable, seeing the sides of me that are imperfect, navigating through finding a relationship and finding hopefully the love of my life. And I think I find at this point in my life so much beauty in the flawed or the vulnerability that I hope other people see that and can relate to that as well.
We all think we know what happens. Are we wrong?
Yes.
Really?
I wouldn't say you're wrong with thinking you know what happens, because look, I'm in it for love. I feel like there's no secret in that I'm in it for love. But there's a lot that you'd really be surprised at that people think that they know.
Yeah, you said there were surprises. So I feel like Bachelorette to former Bachelorette, you got to give us one. What's one of the surprises?
Let me think. Am I allowed to spoil this?
You are with me and Billy. I mean, it's his birthday, for goodness sake. She
knows the standards and practices of this whole operation, so yes. She is clearing you right now. She has those credentials.
Oh man. Honestly, there are so many, this is such a different season, and there's so many people I think that you'd be surprised that pop in, that come and say hello. I don't want to say names, but there are people that.
Wait a minute. I'm in tune here. I know what's going. Wait a minute. I saw you flinch just at that right moment.
No, I knew you were going to look at me.
Yes.
I'm not saying anything.
And I remember what Chris Harrison said to you.
That Chris Harrison?
Yeah, Chris Harrison of all people. Oh, Chris Harrison's line when he looked at you and said, "You just blew up the Bachelorette." Was that a prepared line, do you think, or did he think of that in the moment? He's going to declare. I know the answer to this.
Harrison is good off the cuff. Right. This man has nothing that shocks him or nothing that surprises him. He's got all the good lines.
I feel like I put this out on social media as well, and this seems like a question that everyone wants to know. Should I go there, Billy?
Immediately.
Rach,
how's Dale doing?
Try me, girl.
How's Dale doing?
You have to ask Dale. I can't speak for anybody.
I tried.
Dale, now let me ask you a question about, hypothetically, let's take the name out of it. 31-year-old, what's the right age? Because traditionally, over time, the man who's 7 to 8 years younger you don't often see it. Mm-hmm. I think we see it more than we ever have. And why is that in time anyway? Why do men that are older seem to get away with women who were younger more often, such as Brian Abasolo and others?
I was just going to ask you the same, Billy. I would be curious, would you date women younger than yourself? And I wonder why people think that it's such a big issue to me, the age thing and the age difference. If I'm dating younger guys, men do it all the time. So it shouldn't even be a question.
Well, I find that interesting. My parents are 8 years apart or 9 years apart. The Abasolos are 5 years apart. It's usually, most often, the man is older. I don't know.
Yeah, well, time's changing. It's 2020 here.
It's 2020.
That's right.
Tell me why the man you chose is younger. We can say that, yes? Because most of them are, right? There's a couple of guys were in their early 40s, so that's just playing the odds.
Yeah. Good odds.
What does it work? The man you ultimately chose, what is it about this man, not using his name, that makes him the right guy? Mature.
Yeah. Honestly, I will be honest with this, a lot of these guys, the majority of these men, since we had that kind of weird in between COVID gap, unsure if this is going to happen, they had time to think and to research me as much as I had time to research them. They knew what they were getting into with this. So I think maturity and openness was such a big part of this that we all know what we were getting into. And it was a huge thing, just I think for everybody, that we were on the same page.
Claire, you won't give us too much. And we know it's not quite what we think it is, but do you feel like you found what you were looking for at the end of all of this?
Yes, and I'll spoil this for you. How about this?
Thank you.
I went into this knowing that I wasn't desperate for love. This was my last try. I need this, I want it, I'm giving up. It was never that. I came into this a whole happy woman. And if I found love, amazing. If I didn't find love and if it wasn't my person here, that was going to be okay too. I knew that no matter what, I was going to be okay. So just trusting that, going into it okay, knowing that I would come out of it okay, that's a win in itself.
How much of this is about the competitive Clare Crawley? Because look, you got knocked around a little bit by Juan Pablo Galaviz, that rogue. Then you went down. There was Bachelors in Paradise. And this is your opportunity to come in and have the final word on this thing and go out on the high note.
I feel like every single woman should do this for themselves. You don't settle until you find the one that makes you happy, that is exactly what you were looking for. Whether or not people agree with you, say you have too high standards, whether or not you feel like he's not out there or she's not out there, like, do not give up on yourself. And until you don't give up, or until you find the right person, keep doing it. So yeah, I'll keep doing it time and time again until it is the right person.
So you're in love? Yes? blink once or twice. Blink once for no, twice for yes.
That gets you around the NDA. Just.
Oh!
She's so in love. She's so in love. Her eyes
she can't control it.
She's on the fritz right now.
Example of trying to wink. I'm like, both of them are closing. It's a little early.
You did say that because of the pandemic, because you were supposed to start filming in March, but because of the pandemic, they had to, take some time off, and then you guys went into the bubble. But they recast some people. Going back to the interview you and I had many moons ago, I think it was January.
Yes.
Did they recast some more age-appropriate dudes, or were they? Because I'm thinking they're all sweater, no shirt, Instagram follower, creatine shake, like just want to be famous.
No, they really. I remember every single day after my dates, I would go back with producers and be like, "You guys really looked out for me on this one," and I said it to the men to their faces. This group of men really showed up, and they cast. I mean, there are people on here. There's an anesthesiologist. There, graduated from Harvard. There is such an amazing, diverse group of men here that I was just blown away by.
There was no Harvard on my season. I'll just tell you that right now.
She chose South Dakota State, so SDU, South Dakota University, or whatever it is. I think, I don't know, possibly. We'll see what happens, but maybe South Dakota U, SDU.
Can we talk about that though, Claire? Because what we've seen in the clip, in the promo, I have never seen the show give so much away. And and I'm wondering what your take is on that. Like, seeing in the promo, we see your response to Del when he walks out the limo, and you said something I've never seen any Bachelorette say. I think I met my husband. Woo!
Woo! I'm
Claire?
shaking. I'm shaking, she said.
What's that, Billy?
You said I'm shaking.
Yeah.
I just met my husband. I'm shaking.
Were you surprised that the show showed that much?
Yeah, because it was one of those raw moments that I was actually talking to Chris, and I told him I need a minute because I like airing out the pits. I'm like, what is happening here? I've never felt anything like that in my life. And it was a new feeling to me. So it was like processing it all. It was like, ooh. A lot.
It's the eyes. Those eyes. He's got like werewolf eyes. He locked in on you from right from the limo, and he made his move as he was coming in, and the eyes got brighter and more beautiful as he got closer. And then he said, "I'm a hugger," and he embraced you like that. And I think at that moment it was too much. It was actually very little. Sometimes less is more.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what, coming hot off 6 months of being alone in a pandemic, that hug was good. That was a good hug.
There's nothing like a woman's intuition, right, Claire?
That is the truth. That is the truth, girl.
Clare Crawley Moss. That has a good ring to it, right?
Claire Moss. CCM. Ooh. You know what? Here's what I like about you. You said way long ago to me, I'm not messing around here. I know what I want. I'm going in there and I'm going to get what I... And you blew up The Bachelor because you got what you want and walked right out of there, which is just a woman in charge. Absolutely.
We love to see it.
My birthday, and I get to sit down and watch The Bachelorette tonight. I get to see you go to work. This is going to be great.
I hope you enjoy it.
We will. Thank you so much, Claire, for doing this. We're so excited for your journey to start tonight.
And if things don't work out in the end.
He's not kidding.
You never know. You never know, Billy.
That's right, Claire. Keep hope alive, Billy.
By the way, if what you chose is what you chose, this is the exact opposite. Old, shorter, stockier. Anyway.
A little paler.
The eyes aren't quite. Little on the pale side.
Little on the pale side.
Bless you, Claire. Go get it.
Thank you, Claire.
We support you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.